All right, welcome back to Urban Astray. In this video, I will skip the usual intro and just jump right into what I'm going to present today. And this is actually a new word for me. Apparently, these are called pennants. I didn't know that. So let's see if the word itself will stick with me. But over the years, we have collected all sorts of pennants that we then had on our wall, my brother and I. He had a few and I had a few. So it would be interesting to see what's in among these. So let's start off with the top one, which just says California. It's actually quite vivid colors. It looks great, to be honest. Sadly enough, they don't seem to have any year on them, which is too bad. But it has, oranges, Grumman's. It used to be called Grumman's Theater. I'm not sure what it's called now. Universal Studio Tram Tour. Probably Chinatown. What does it say? I can't say. Some kind of market. Is this Knott's? Knott's Before maybe? I don't know. LAX, San Francisco, and so on. What was this called? Palace of Fine Arts, I think. I'm guessing that's it. So anyway, California. Next one is dear to my heart, both Disneyland and Star Wars related, Star Tours. And as you can see, this one is much bigger than the last one. I have C3PO, R2D2. I can't remember his name. This was a spectacular ride when it came out. From copyright 1986. And nothing on the back. It's starting to fade a bit. I think I've had this on my wall when I was a teenager. So, real nice one. Okay, next one. Calico Ghost Town, California. For those of you who have been there, I don't know what to say, what to think about this certain attraction. I don't even know if it's still available or still existing. But yeah, we've visited at least 2 times. And I think both of them were back in the late 70s. We have a few images, photographs, and I've shared a few of them. So I'm assuming they had a restaurant and stuff like that. I can't really remember. Not sure what the dog is about. Nothing on the back. That's Calico or Calico, however you pronounce it. Las Vegas. Oh yes, we've been there several times. Last time was it 2017, I think, or was it 2019? And it is hot in Las Vegas. Oh my God, it could be in the middle of the night and it's like really hot. So I'm not sure how people cope with living there. But anyway, it has all the classic hotels. MGM Grand, Aladdin, Dunes, Golden Nugget. These are the old ones from the 70s, 80s. Caesar's Palace, Riviera. Does it say Landmark? Frontier Hotel, yeah, Desert Inn, Flamingo, Circus. I used to love Circus because they had such a huge section of arcade games. And I mean, a gamer, I love games. And I think my gaming interest actually came from traveling to the United States and trying all these arcade games. And also we have the opportunity to buy several handheld devices, handheld games back then, which didn't exist in Sweden or they were just too expensive. So I brought those home. Also Sahara. So classic hotels. You can see the pinholes here when I put it up on my wall or my brother's wall, whichever may be the case. Lake Tahoe. Right. I think we've been there maybe once or twice. don't remember anything about the place. Was it here they had the London Bridge? No, it was somewhere else, I think. Let's see, California, Nevada, okay. Some decent art on here. Colors are still good. And I think this might be one of the biggest ones, Disneyland. I'm not sure what kind of material this is, some kind of cloth, I don't know. Let's see, Mickey, Pluto, Minnie, Goofy, and Donald Duck at the end here. And it just says Disneyland. All right, so this one, Circus World. This is in Orlando, Florida, and I always mix this up with a Ringling Brothers thing they had in California, I think. But Circus World, yes, in Orlando, Florida, in 1983. Real nice colors. Actually, a very nice pennant. Pennant. It sounds like a punishment. Well, anyway. Real nice design, nicely drawn. I really like this one. And at the end, yep, that's a real beautiful piece. Oh, we have some print here. IMPKO Fair Lawn, New Jersey. All right. Then we have Walt Disney World, Epcot Center, says 1982 on here. And this one is starting to fade quite a bit. Spaceship Earth, of course, which is the sort of centerpiece at Epcot. And a nice one, a nice pennant. It looks nicely designed and everything, just too bad that it's starting to fade a bit. Nothing on the back. I don't think any of these have anything on the back, so. Okay, Florida. This one just says Florida, of course, oranges, beaches with, women and men, parrots, of course, alligators. Okay, the space shuttle, whatever that bird is called, and whatever this, fish is called. Is it Ray something? No, I don't know. Okay, so Niagara Falls in New York. We've been there only once, as far as I remember it. It was in the middle of winter, so it was freaking cold because the water vapor, when it just travels with the air, it turns into this ice, which just hits you in the face constantly. Really irritating. So it's cold and painful. So let's see here, Rainbow Bridge, right? Made of the Mist boat. They actually made a movie about I don't know the name of the film itself, but it was about a female something being chased or something, and she eventually jumps from a tunnel of, one of the side tunnels. I'm not sure if it actually exists, but I saw that movie maybe a year ago. Let's see, Illuminated. I'm guessing they illuminate the falls with lights. Cave of the Winds. Let's see, is it this one? Yeah. And lastly, Prospect Point. Do not know what that is. It's this one is different in that sense that it's sort of, let's see, is this vertical or this? Well, I guess this is horizontal then, but this is a vertical piece. So yeah. And here we go, London Bridge, right? Lake Havasu City in Arizona. Let's see, which one was it? It was Lake Tahoe. Okay, so thus the confusion. Both are lakes. But okay, London Bridge. And I have a coin that I showed in one of the videos from this place. So Lake Havasu City, Arizona. Not very well drawn, to be honest. Some nice coloring in that, but it's sort of sloppy drawn. SeaWorld, okay, Orlando, Florida. There's a SeaWorld in San Diego, if it still exists. Made in USA, 1985, SeaWorld Incorporated. Nice colors. Nice artwork. Fairly plain pennant, if you ask me. But otherwise, pretty nice. Here you can see, I'm not sure if it's called a tack or whatever, this gray stuff you can put on posters and stuff and put it on the wall. I don't know what that's called. Let's see. Okay, Niagara Falls again, but we only went once. So, pretty, boring image and everything, I guess. Nothing special about this one. And another Las Vegas. This one actually looks very, let's see here, very similar to this one. Right, so they are identical. This one is a small one and this is just the larger one, which is nice because you see more details. Oh, I missed Stardust, of course. Stardust had this really iconic sign in front, right? Circus Flamingo, Desert. Oh, Sand, Sands. Was it just called Sands or was it? Well, anyway. So it's the same artwork and everything, but a larger version. Okay, cool. Zion National Park, Utah. Okay, so we actually rented a camper I think it was early 80s. And we've done this twice as far as I remember. And one of those trips, we went to Zion National Park, Utah. I have no recollection at all, no memories at all from that trip. But I think at both times we ended up eventually at Grand Canyon and then, well, headed back. And they had these camping, locations, places called KOA. I always called them or referred to them as Katie Wawa. I don't know why, but we usually stayed at those. And it was a Chevrolet camper, if I remember. Yeah, I was young, maybe, I don't know, 10 or something like that. The Dark Continent, okay, Busch Gardens. I'm assuming Busch Gardens still exists. Too bad there's no year, but some nice artwork. Starting to fade a bit. Let's see, some giraffes, dolphins, and tiger. Yeah, okay. So I can't really remember what Busch Gardens were famous for. If it was that it was partly a zoo, or if they had awesome attractions or whatever. It was a combination of both, I guess. I remember this sort of corkscrew ride or roller coaster, but nothing much else. And the strange thing is that I can't really find any pictures, any photographs at all from Busch Gardens, which is just actually it's strange because we photographed everything else, but I can't find a single photo or okay, let's see, or a video. All right, so Busch Gardens cost $1.25 at the time, which probably is somewhere mid 80s, maybe something like that. All right, I am going to try and pronounce this Mokai, I don't know, Mokai Cave maybe, in Kanab, Utah. Okay, so we were in Utah. Just says made in USA here. some Native American attraction, I assume. I actually have to look this up on the internet to see what it's all about. I have no recollection at all from this place. But then again, we traveled around a lot with the camper, so this was probably on the same or one of those trips. And you tend to stop at all, different locations. So yeah. And this is not the last one. Let's see, Color Country. Okay, so it's a pennant for showing, Bryce Canyon, Rainbow Bridge, Grand Canyon, and Zion Canyon. I guess they are fairly close to each other. We went to Zion, been to Grand Canyon. Not sure where this one is located, and we never went to Bryce Canyon, which is sad. I would love to see this place because of the sort of stone formations that they have, and this erosion they have on the rocks. Would be really nice to see, but I'll get there someday, I guess. And on the back it says Sublime Pennants. Okay, so here it's confirmed it's called a Pennant by Impco Fairlawn. It's the same company, yeah, as one of the previous ones. Collector's series. Okay, so this is a collector's item. That's nice to know. Number L44 or -44-15. And there's the logo also. Cool. And then we get to the last piece, I believe, yes. And this is from Toronto, Metropolitan Toronto. We, of course, when we went to Niagara Falls, we crossed over to into Canada and traveled across to ended up, I think it was in Chicago or something, but right out I really don't recollect where Toronto is located right now, so but I think it's somewhere between Niagara Falls and Chicago, probably. It would be reasonable. Otherwise, the only times we've went to Canada is when we went up to, let's see, oh Jesus, memory. Well, on the West Coast. Anyway, can't think of the place right now. Made in Canada, and it says Metropolitan Toronto, affectionately yours. What is this place called? I hate it when my brain fails me. Anyway, so that's it. That's all the pennants that we have. If my brother doesn't have any more, but I'm actually going to visit him at some time and see, because I know he has certain different items, like a menu from what's the place called? Farrell's, a Farrell's menu. So it will show ice cream and stuff like that. So we'll bring that home, scan it, and show it to you guys at some point. Anyway, that's it. Hope you enjoyed.